So the next requirement of this exam is to talk about virtual machine backups. We can see on screen that the Microsoft Advisor is actually recommending that we enable virtual machine backups. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. We saw in a previous section that we can go into the Azure Recovery Vault, and there's a way to enable backups from in there. But we're going to go into this virtual machine. So we've chosen one of our virtual machines previously created. And we're going to go down to Operations, and we're going to go into Backup. Now, we can see here that we can either create a new Recovery Services Vault or select an existing one. Since I don't have a Recovery Services Vault currently, then I'm going to have to use this one. And remember, the Recovery Services Vault has to be in the same region as the machine is backing up, because you don't want that data to be traveling so far around the world. I'm going to put that into the vault. I'm going to put that into this resource group. Now, one of the key concepts of backups is the backup policy. There is a default policy, daily policy, but you can always create or edit this policy. So I'm going to go into the create screen. And we can see here that there's a policy named daily policy. Let's try, well, for this virtual machine, we have the choices of daily backups and weekly backups. So let's call this daily policy 2. And we're going to remain a daily backup, but we're going to want the backup to happen at 8 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to choose 8 p.m. I'm also going to make it 8 p.m. in my time zone. So go down into here and say Eastern Time. And we can now also choose how many days we want to retain. So in this case, it's offering up the 8 p.m. backup will be retained for 180 days. That's quite a lot of backups. Let's change that to 90. We can also retain one backup per week. So when we're doing backups of virtual machines, oftentimes when you set up your backup policy, you want daily backups. Let's say you want daily backups for 30 days. But then you also want to keep one weekly backup on Sundays. So we can then keep, that's 12 weeks, which is what, 3 months. So we'll keep the daily backup for 30 days. We'll keep a weekly backup for 3 months. And then we'll do a monthly backup on the first Sunday for a year. Okay, so now we have just one backup a day that's happening, and we're going to retain different levels of them. Okay, and then I won't set up the yearly backup. So I can say OK to this. So now we have a daily policy that has daily, weekly, monthly backups that are retained. Okay, simply clicking Enable Backup at this point will modify this deployment, make sure that the virtual machine has the backup extension, and will create a brand new Recovery Services Vault for us, and again do the backups every day at 8 p.m. So the Azure portal actually makes it pretty simple to set up these backups. I'm going to cause a backup to happen, and then we're going to show you how we can then restore from these backups. So come back for that.